January on the French Riviera means only one thing. The rally Monte-Carlo, round 1 of the 2004 World Rally Championship. The city of Monte-Carlo, which dominates life in the tiny Principality of Monaco, is situated on France's Mediterranean coast. Monte-Carlo is a byword for glamour, the playground of the rich and famous. But the biggest player in town this week is reigning world champion Petter Solberg. He lit up last season with his attacking style and exuberant celebrations. But his record in Monte-Carlo is unremarkable, and he's promising no early season fireworks.
For me, it's just to get some points here. I have to just be calm, relax, because normally I'm so hungry for winning and try to go for a win and win stages, but now I just have to learn and get down and relax a little bit, actually.
The man to watch is undoubtedly Sebastian Loeb. He narrowly lost out to Solberg in the Drivers' Championship, but dominated this event last year.
You can easily go out of the road when it's some ice or mud, and so I think you have to find the good rhythm, not to lose too much time at the beginning, but not to go too fast and try to stay on the road. So we'll try to do that.
Loeb will be supported in the Citroën team by Spain's Carlos Sainz. The French outfit will be defending their manufacturer's title, and Sainz will also have his own pretensions on the Drivers' Championship. The big news at Peugeot is that the mighty 206 is no more. Long live the 307. With no silverware in 2003, the new car will be expected to deliver.
We had a new car, which seems to be good. And okay, we don't know so much more, but we start the season really motivated and happy.
2004 also sees the return of Mitsubishi to the WRC after a year's absence. And the product of that year is the Lancer WRC.04. Mitsubishi were actually manual at the wheel one year in 99 and 2000. It would be a big ask for their lead driver Gilles Pedicci to repeat those successes. A solid debut will be their main objective. Skoda will not compete until round 6 in Greece, so that just leaves the Ford Focus team. Things are pretty much as they were. Estonia's Marco Martin and Francois Duval drive their two lead cars. Martin will be the hot contender for 2003's unluckiest driver. A string of technical problems damaging his title hopes, but he's emerged as a real force in world rally.
We have a very good car, we have a very good dedicated team who wants to win the championship as badly as I want, or maybe even more. And we have everything necessary, so we just have to do our best and hope it's good enough and nobody else does better.
So here are the men who will fight to be the number one over the next 10 months. That's 16 events in 16 different countries across 4 continents. While Rally HQ is in Monte-Carlo itself, the real action takes place over 15 stages on the Alpine roads north of the Principality. While these roads are tarmac, this rally provides one of the unique challenges in the WRC. As the cars glide into the mountains, the tarmac can quickly turn to ice and snow. Tyre choice and car setup are absolutely crucial.
So, under the bright lights of Casino Square, Petter Solberg is the first driver off the ramp for the ceremonial start. But the glitz of Monte-Carlo is about to be swapped for the grit and determination of the season's first rally. But the drivers would have to wait a little longer than expected, with stage 1 becoming a victim of WRC's popularity. It was cancelled for safety reasons due to the sheer number of supporters on the stage. What with that and the chill French winds, it's not a happy morning for the drivers. Resigned to the situation, they must psych themselves up for their assault on the Alps all over again. So, roll on stage 2. World champion Petter Solberg has the honour of first man on the road.
Short 2 left.
And almost from the off, the car
Into
looks twitchy
ice inside,
despite
one
full
right
snow
left.
tyres. Solberg's taken a conservative tyre option and has said that he wouldn't be pushing to be amongst the leaders on day one.
And ice. Short 2 left minus.
But he skids while braking, a far from ideal beginning to a title defence.
On one again. Short 2 left minus. Opens to 4 left minus. Over crest, half long, slippy, tightens 2.
Sebastian Loeb changes his mind and his tyres at the very last minute. He puts his faith in a wider mixed tyre. Less grip on snow, more pace on tarmac. So, let's see how the time of the reigning Monte-Carlo champion compares with that of the reigning world champion.
Arrivé sur droite, il freine pour 80 mètres, cochon 10 plus.
Early indications that Loeb's leading in the tyre lottery. He's nearly 25 seconds faster. Carlos Sainz, like Solberg, is on a full snow tyre, taking into account the wintry conditions on stage 1, which of course was cancelled, and paying the price on stage 2. He's much slower than Loeb. Nicky Grist explains why.
Right from the start line, Carlos was in trouble as soon as he drops the clutch, with a massive wheel spin.
But what exactly is it that makes the difference?
Sebastian's got approximately 5 times the amount of rubber, which gives him far better grip on this surface.
And there's a big time difference over a relatively short distance.
Well, this is just over 800 metres, and he's losing approximately 2 seconds per kilometre.
Martin starts 2004 as many people's favourite for the championship. With more stage wins than anyone last year, he needs the Ford's reliability to match his talent. And the early signs are good. He's faster than Loeb. Gilles Panizzi gets Mitsubishi's campaign underway. It's a real test for the once great Japanese manufacturer. Back from a year's sabbatical with only 2 months of preparation for this tricky rally. Panizzi struggling to control the car, losing time and beaten by his inexperienced teammate, Chichigami. The first outing in anger for the Peugeot 307, 2-times world champion Marcus Grönholm at the wheel. The new car, fastest in shakedown, is said to be more stable and more powerful than its predecessor, the 206. Watch the clock to see how it performs. A dream start. Grönholm beats Martin by 9.9 seconds.
So confirmation of Grönholm's lead. Marco Martin is second, with Sebastian Loeb third, while a bad start for world champion Peter Solberg sees him down in fifth. So the drivers head into service, a chance to reassess the tyre options, to recalculate the trade-off between safety and pace in the changeable conditions they face during this rally.
How was that stage for the world champion?
Very difficult. Me and Carlos chose the same tyre, same type of tyre, and both of us lost a lot of time. And but I stalled also for 15 seconds in one corner. Almost went off in after a couple of kilometers on the stage, and it was too much ice to compare with snow.
Well, Marcus, what an absolutely fantastic start in the brand new car.
Yeah, not so bad, not so bad. Car is good, but the conditions are quite tricky. It's not easy.
You surprised yourself, you're almost a second a kilometre faster than everybody on stage 2.
I didn't know during the stage how it would be. It was feeling very difficult, slippy and so.
Solberg switched from full snow tyres to wide mixed tyres, the same as the rest of the field.
Caution neat.
But he's still unable to make an impact.
To cut 2 left minus of a crest. Ice continues. To cut short 3 right. And cut slippy 1 left long.
He drops 3 more places to 8th. Even so, he seems to be happy.
The stage is okay. It's a lot of cars around, and but safety seems to be okay. better tires now. Different tires, they work quite a lot better.
Solberg's tentative performance is emphasised by Loeb cutting another 26 seconds off his time. Has also switched to the wider tyres. He's one of the very few drivers who love the challenge posed by this rally, and in stage 3 he starts to find his rhythm.
Vasen nopea, kirraa.
Still impressing in the 307. Superb feel and a solid performance.
Oikein hidas. 7. Hai vasen nopea.
But the Finn's not the fastest. That honour goes instead to Ford's Marco Martin, who finished 4th here last year. Even though he has little experience of driving in such mixed conditions, he and the Focus appear to be making light work of it. Second Ford driver Francois Duval is also going well, holding 4th position. He needs to make his presence felt after a disappointing string of results in 2003. Lord is really struggling with the new 307. He looks like he needs more time to get to grips with the car. He's in 10th. First job 2 for Mikko Hirvonen, new to Subaru. He's under team orders to get the car home safely. Not easy in these conditions, but so far so good. Czech driver Roman Kresta, who's privately run by Okai, is outshining many of the factory cars. He's 6th, ahead of both the brand new Mitsubishis. The best of those is Gigi Gali in 7th, who's quicker than his more experienced teammate Gil Panizzi. We've seen how both the Mitsubishis have been struggling. Let's take a look at where the problems lie.
The Mitsubishi doesn't have an active transmission system. Just look how Panizzi struggles on this corner in these conditions. Now let's compare it on the same corner with a Subaru that does have active transmission. It's just so much easier to drive.
So what components make up an active transmission system?
There are 3 main components. There's a differential, which drives the front wheels. There's also a rear differential to drive the rear wheels. Then there's the center differential, which allows them to swap power to either axle.
When you drive a normal car in a normal fashion on a normal road, around a corner, each of the 4 wheels actually travels a different distance and therefore travels at a different speed. And the job of the differentials is to be able to still drive the wheels even though they're each travelling at a different speed. Now that's all well and good, and it's relatively straightforward to do in a road car, but when you drive like these guys do, and if the wheels lose grip, then the differential can allow that wheel to spin off at high speed and actually take drive away from the other wheels. So the first job, in order to go really quickly, is to recognise when some of the wheels are losing grip and push the drive in the direction of the wheels that have got grip.
All these differentials are controlled by a computer, which measures wheel speeds at 100 times a second. When the inside front wheel starts to spin, all the power is transferred to the wheels with the most grip.
Stage 4 is a repeat of Stage 2, but this time round all the top drivers have taken the same tyre option. Sebastian Loeb has made Monte-Carlo his own in recent years. He was only denied victory in 2002 on a technicality, but made no such mistake last year on his route to victory. Martin goes into the stage 7.5 seconds in front of Loeb. But will it be enough to keep the charging Citroën at bay? It's already clear he's not as fast, but just how much time will he lose?
80. 6 right, 30, 6 minus left, 6 right, 73 left.
10.7 seconds slower. Martin drops a place. Marcus Gronholm's been the star of the morning, and the new 307's already looking superior to the 206. but that impression doesn't last for long. As he reaches the last few kilometres before service, his gearbox sticks in third.
FX for Timo. We still have 3 kilometers to go and we have only gear number 3. How can we switch manually?
He loses time but manages to maintain his overall lead. Gronholm arrives back at service with a shattered windscreen to go with his broken gearbox. It's an unwelcome hitch when things were looking so good for Peugeot's new rally challenger.
Marcus, after that great start, some technical problems. What happened?
Yeah, we were suddenly stuck in the third gear on the stage, 4Ks maybe from the end. It was quite difficult with a high gear to take the hairpins, but luckily we are here.
You're running this new gearbox. Do you think it's a problem to do with the new design?
I don't understand, because in the test we have run many hundred kilometers without any problems, so now I don't understand.
So now it's the Peugeot mechanics up against the clock, installing a new gearbox. With just 20 minutes to do it. For the team, it's the first time they've performed this task under pressure. But the engineers haven't just made the car fast on the stages, they've made it faster to repair. The mechanics have passed their first test.
So his car repaired and rally lead intact. Gronholm heads off to stage 5, 8.2 seconds ahead of Sebastian Loeb. Marco Martin is now down in third. Roman Cresta still in the points, as is Gali, the unknown quantity making his mark.
Now we've seen that a key factor in contesting the Monte Carlo rally is coping with the changing road surface. Here's Marco Martin on stage 5. He briefly loses the racing line and catches a patch of ice. But fortunately he hits the bank and that pushes him back on course.
200, 6 minutes left.
As for Marcus Gronholm, he's lacking confidence in his tyres. And what's more, on stage 6, he has an issue with his gearbox again. He reaches the rev limiter. The car's set up to accelerate rapidly, but it doesn't have enough straight line speed. After being fastest on stage 5, on 6 he loses nearly 30 seconds to Sebastian Loeb. Loeb has got into his stride and is starting to take control. He's fastest on stage 6 and he takes the overall lead. In contrast, the day ends on a sour note for Mitsubishi. GT Ghali's performed beyond all expectations, but his early promise came to nothing when he went off the road and out of the competition. We've already seen how this rally is all about coping with constantly changing road surfaces. So what qualities do drivers need to be competitive at Monte Carlo?
Most of all, you need experience driving in bad road conditions. You've got Loeb on the right and the inexperienced Hirvonen on the left. He's got on the power way too early, and now the car is travelling very sideways, where Loeb is accelerating away.
But it's got to be more than just experience.
It's also very important to read the road up ahead and keep all the wheels on the parts of the surface with the most grip. You also need self-control, even when you're on a surface that you are familiar with. It's very easy to try and catch up too much time too soon.
And here's what happens when you get it completely wrong.
So no sign of Campos on the leaderboard at the end of day 1, but Sebastian Loeb is the man leading the way, just over 18 seconds ahead of Marco Martin, while Gronholm is still very much in touch in third. The second, Peugeot 307 driven by Freddie Loix is just outside the points, while Panizzi and the one remaining Mitsubishi is down in 11th.
Both Marco Martin and Marcus Grönholm are going to be very, very quick. Does that worry you at all?
It will be a big fight, I think. We have two long days to go, and sure, Marco and Marcus are very fast, so we'll see that tomorrow. We continue to push.
Has it been a good day or a bad day?
No, mainly good. We had our problems, but it's okay. We are not so far away from the leader.
Sebastian Loeb grew stronger and stronger on day one to end the day as rally leader. Marcus Grönholm and Marco Martin want to push him really hard. But all the drivers recognise the need for caution.
Sebastian, everybody's worried about the conditions this morning. You're the rally leader. Does it worry you?
Yes, I think we have a difficult condition this morning because we have to drive with a slick tire, and we have some snow and some ice in the stage. So it will be, I think, a very difficult stage.
Petter Solberg took it gently on day one, and he's still not entirely at ease on day
Crash 30, late hairpin right, very slippy, icy braking.
Poor
Right,
visibility
minor.
hardly helped him.
Oh.
But it was the icy hairpin.
Right into
briefly
2 left
brought him
minus
out.
half, long tightens, 1 plus, 20, slippy, 2 right minus tightens.
This is privateer Nicola Puilo. He's a mountain bike downhill champion and has made a promising start in the WRC. He was 10th on day one in his Peugeot 206. He's set to compete in 6 events in the WRC this year. But he can't complete this one. By the time Gilles Panizzi got onto the stage, the warning flags were out, signalling trouble ahead. After a first day full of car problems and a struggle to control his Mitsubishi, the delay was the last thing he wanted. Delay? That's not a word Marcus Grönholm wants to hear.
Carlos.
He sees
Ja
the
vasen
flags
erisoppu.
and manages to pass the stranded car with little loss of time.
Oikeri miinus 110 ja vaseri tiukka.
Up ahead is Carlos Sainz, who's been held back by the accident. But Grönholm's gain in time is a waste of time. The congestion and confusion leads the officials to neutralise the stage, all the drivers given the same time. So, a nothing stage, but not for Subaru. The damage to Solberg's car was very real. Battered bodywork and broken rear suspension to be repaired. The risk of damage is extremely high on the slippery roads of Monte-Carlo, so the work of the team's gravel crews is vital. Marco Martin's crew have just run through stage 8 and hand over their amendments to the co-drivers' pace notes.
The gravel crews are definitely our eyes on the ground on the day, because when we recce the stages, by nature it's 3 days beforehand, and so you don't really know what the weather can throw at us. Things can definitely change. On the Monte Carlo rally you get snow and ice around corners, when we saw them 3 days beforehand had no snow and ice on, so without them I think it would be very, very difficult to do a rally like this.
Also for the tire choice it's quite important to know how long is the distance with the ice, the dry, the damp, the wet, if there's gravel on as well, so there's quite a few things.
The weather's closing in, visibility reduced, giving even more value to pace notes. But nothing's worrying Francois Duval in the slightest. He's flying. Ford believe the youngster to be a superstar in the making. He started the day in 5th, but he's catching Carlos Sainz.
Droite 40 tenue, sur gauche 40 fin, pas corde, pas extérieur.
Sebastian Loeb picks up where he left off at the end of day one. He sets the fastest time. Marcus Grönholm is quietly going about his business.
Ja vasemmalle,
The
oikein
fog,
nopea.
combined with sub-zero temperatures and slushy conditions, makes this a tough call on tyre choice.
5, oikein miinussumppu
The two
ja
times world
oikein tosi
champion is
hidas.
third on the stage, but 28 seconds
Kirra.
slower than Loeb.
Ja vasemmalle, oikein nopea. Ja vasen hidas sumppu.
Martin's clearly not enjoying the fog, and his co-driver doesn't seem too impressed.
Come on, you can see more than that. And the 6 left, 40, 3 plus
He's
right.
driving particularly tentatively, by pace notes
30,
rather than sight, and that takes its toll on time.
50.
Just look how far behind Taval he is.
Left. Go 150. 6 left into
This
5
really
right.
isn't good
5
news.
left. 150.
By the end of the stage, he's 52 seconds behind and drops 2 places.
Clear stage.
Confirmation of Martin's drop in the standings. Other movers include Freddie Loit, who appears in a point-scoring position for the first time.
Stage 9 and the weather's still a factor to be reckoned with. Carlos Sainz is one of only 2 drivers involved who's won this rally. He's mastered it 3 times. But not in 2004. Sainz got offline as he approached the bend and couldn't correct it.
Nous sommes sortis la route. Sortis la route.
His collision with the rock face has removed a wheel. His rally is over. Which is precisely what Solberg wants to avoid.
Right,
He's been patient, aiming for a podium finish rather than a record-breaking time.
2 left, 4 right first, opens 30, short 2 left, okay,
This is one of the most spectacular pieces of road on this event.
20, 1 left, opens 40, slippy maybe,
With
1
very
left last
little
side,
room for error.
and 2 right fast, opens long, 6 don't cut, just slow, don't cut at end, extra slippy, 2 left.
Hervenen, his young teammate, has also been modest in his expectations. Hoping only to complete the course. He crashed out last year and is clearly concentrating hard.
Oikein tosi hidas. Ja pitkä vasen tosi hidas.
But this looks like it might have ended his chances. The young Finn is a keen mechanic and puts his expertise to good use on the stage. He's making some headway with his impromptu repairs and tries to limp back into service. But it was too much for him, and the car isn't going far in that condition. Hervenen retires. No such problems for Loeb. He's demonstrated consistently an ability to read the road conditions and has shown good judgment over where to pick up pace.
Sur gauche 60 plus. Et droite gauche 110. Et gauche droite 110. Et gauche droite 100. Et attention gauche frein pour droite 90 dans le tunnel. Droite 90 tunnel et gauche 80 moins pas corde.
A near perfect performance on the Monte's most stunning stage. Grönholm starts the stage in second place overall and hoping to cut the deficit.
Okei,
No time for hitchhikers then.
Eri loppuu 9. Ja vaan liukas
The
jarrutus
road on
vasen
this tricky section is hard to judge.
Ja liukas jarrutus oikein hidas takavino.
Sliding off costs him precious time. and it seems to take an age to get back on the road. Instead of threatening Loeb, he's now worried about protecting his own position. With only 13 seconds in hand, it's an impossible task. And he's slipping rapidly down the leaderboard.
Stage is clear for Markus. Just 500 meters before the finish, we went off and lost maybe half a minute.
Gronholm's Peugeot teammate Freddie Loix is poised to take advantage of the demise of Sainz and Hirvonen. He and Jules Panizzi improved their placings. The Mitsubishi driver jumping 3 places.
A very different looking leaderboard after stage 9. The only constant is that Loeb still leads. Duval is now his nearest challenger, but the gap is nearly 1 minute and 16 seconds. Solberg climbs to 5th, while Gio Panizzi puts Mitsubishi on the leaderboard. Rapid service, Carlos Sainz has had time to reflect on the incident which ended his rally.
We have a long stage, finishing in a col where the snow melting was starting with a difficult place, and I have nothing marked in my notes, so I just came in the first corner with some small snow melting and just went straight.
Also our second overall now, and some very, very good stage times for you.
Yes, two stage now is very good attack. Car is perfect, no mistake. No, I am very happy.
The fog was the same for everybody, but we seem to be at more of a disadvantage than most.
We've seen him trying on some sunglasses now. Is that one of the solutions for him to have a bit of a filter to see through the fog a bit more?
Well, I think so. He's going to have to try something, because he said he was getting sort of snowblind, and that was the problem. He couldn't see it. I could see it, and I said to him at one point, "Come on, you can see more than this," and he told me to off. So I guess he couldn't.
Marcus, not a brilliant morning for you. What happened?
No, not really good. Now I took a little bit too hard tires, and okay, it was mistake, and the driving is not good. And we had also, I stopped the engine and have to reverse, and I lost a lot of time.
So, a mixed weekend for Gronholm, but after nearly 2 days and more than 170 kilometres of competitive driving, a chance to take a closer look at the new 307.
The new Peugeot rally car not only looks different, but there have been major improvements in 3 areas. The body shell is longer and lighter. This allows better weight distribution from the front to the rear. There's also a lower centre of gravity and longer wheelbase. This improves the car on high-speed sections and on bumpy roads. There's also a new engine which provides more torque, giving greater acceleration from low-speed corners. The new engine setup also means the 307 can have a 4-speed gearbox. Most cars have 6, so less time lost on gear changes. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. Let's compare the 307 with last year's 206 on the same piece of road, in similar conditions and on the same tyres.
The performance of the car is there. We have seen that the car is quite quick compared to the other car, and also, well, so far we have had just small problems, but not so much, so I think it's quite good for the moment.
Remember the spectators on stage 1, the stage that never was? Same problem on stage 10. Too many fans and it's cancelled for safety reasons. But not everyone seems too upset. The drivers, though, go straight on to stage 11, a repeat of stage 9. Web has a Solberg finishes in no man's land, 5th position. Freddie Loix too is in the points and aiming to consolidate his place. From his stage win and overall lead after stage 5, it's been a fall from grace for Marcus Gronholm. No major difficulties here, as he's as touching distance of the two Ford drivers ahead of him.
5, oikein eri, 5, vasemmalle leikkaa ja oikein nopea.
Francois Duval has perhaps been the most impressive driver of the day. Let's look at his performance with the help of the telemetry system. The figure in the centre shows what gear he's in. The white dials, the red counter, the speed is on the right-hand side. A red light shows the front brake.
Long droite 70 en frein, pour arrière gauche 20 frein à main glisse.
Marco Martin's raised his pace, appearing far happier now the form's lifted.
50, easy right left.
He passes Carlos Sainz's car, abandoned after the earlier run-through of the stage.
80, 5 plus right, slippy maybe. 20, hairpin
and he
right.
very nearly suffers the same fate a matter of metres down the road.
5 left. 80, 3 plus right.
But there's no doubt who the day belongs to. Sebastian Loeb.
Won every stage today and is now nearly a minute and a half in front of second place Francois Duval. The battle to watch tomorrow could be for that second place, with Martin 13 seconds behind his teammate and Marcus Gronholm a further 16 seconds back in fourth.
It was a bit disappointing to lose one place, yes, and chance for fight for the victory, but I mean, we're still here. We had some couple of lucky moments today, so I'm happy about that, and we are quite happy with the car. It's working quite well as long as the driver can drive it fast enough.
The car is perfect, no problem. And me also is very good attack.
Here in Monte-Carlo, you can never know before the end of the race what can happen. Today, a lot of drivers made some mistake, and for me it was a very good day. I made no mistake, and I had a very good feeling with the car, but tomorrow is another day.
This is the most glamorous location on the World Rally calendar. A place synonymous with wealth, luxury, and of course, motorsport. It's the oldest and most prestigious event. The treacherous alpine roads make life difficult for the drivers and the thousands of fans who make the trek to the mountains to watch the action in sub-zero temperatures. Every year, thousands of them head to the famous Col de Turini, through which the rally will make 2 passes today. This is always one of the highlights of the season, a high-altitude spectacle in the snow and ice.
And this year the Col de Turini is just as popular. Anticipation as much as the fires keeping the chill at bay, with fans camping out in the freezing mountainsides. As night turns to day, others arrive early to get their spot. The Rally Monte-Carlo is boom time for local businesses.
With Rally Monte-Carlo is very best weekend, yeah. People come everywhere, Spain, Italy and England.
This is the ultimate place in rallying, the top of the Col de Turini, with the weather, the snow, the cars, the atmosphere. It's the place to be.
And of course, what they're all waiting for on this most famous stage of the rally is the action. Freddie Loix in the new 307's building confidence in the car, but plays safe, opting for the studded mixed tyre. to give him the best chance of making it round safely.
4, 3, 2, 1. Oikein pitkä nopea. Oikein täys 7 ja vasen pitkä nopea kirraa.
Now Marcus Gromlon had lost time and places on day 2, sliding off at the corner and struggling to get back on the road.
Oikein jouheen betoni.
But day 3 sees him attempting to get back into that runners-up spot. Martin too is chasing teammate Francois Duval. Extra points here would help set Martin up for an assault on the championship. The telemetry system shows that to tackle the exceptionally icy sections of the stage, the drivers have to be incredibly careful. As they virtually crawl across the ice, they scarcely get above second gear.
20, 3 plus right long.
Francois Duval started the day 13 seconds in front of Martin, but he stalled briefly on the way up Turini, dropping seconds. But the question is, will that stall cost him second place to his teammate? Remember, he just has a 13-second advantage.
Sur gauche 60 ans, 1 sur arrière gauche 30, arrière gauche 30.
9.4 seconds slower than Martin. His lead trimmed to just 3.5 seconds. As for Sebastian Loeb, the trickier the conditions on Saturday, the more he seemed to flourish. With his healthy lead, he can afford to keep getting things right. He knows that as long as he doesn't make a mistake, victory will be his.
How was it? It was okay, no problem. It was some ice at the top of the Turini, and so I was very, very careful. I prefer to lose 15 seconds like this than to spin and lose 1 minute and a half, so I go slowly.
Earlier in the programme, we looked at the qualities you need to do well at Monte. Loeb is demonstrating all of them. His intelligent drive maintains his lead, though he's 5th on the stage. Back to the Ford team then, and once again the force is with Duval. He and his co-drivers Stefano worked hard to improve their pace. Martin can't better him on this stage. There is a close call, he's just 3 seconds slower.
So with Duval and Martin going so well, Ford are on course to take the early lead in the manufacturer's battle. But the driver's title is also a target, and the question is, will the team allow Duval to hold on to his 2nd place?
Marco's just a few seconds behind Francois. Would it make more sense to let Marco by, because he is the big hope for the championship this year?
We've got to look at the whole thing and get over Turini first of all, because obviously the difficult conditions there, and we've always made it very clear that it's always been part of our plan to develop, as we've just discussed, and obviously the plan was to try and make Marco world champion this year.
Would you be a bit disappointed if the management said that Marco could go past you?
I don't know exactly the moment. No, for me, finished 2nd or 3rd, it's very good.
Sebastian, you must have a great feeling inside with 2 stages to go. Victory will be yours.
I hope, yes. Sure, we have a good lead now. We lost a little bit time this morning, but I didn't take any risk. I was very slow in the ice and snow. So now, if we have no problem, if I make no mistake, it could be okay.
Stage 14 is the 2nd run through Turini, but knowing the route guarantees absolutely nothing.
72 inside.
As privateer Anthony Warmbold finds out. On course for his first points, contact with the wall breaks his rear suspension and ends his rally.
Let me continue, 6 left, keep it, 20.
Defending champion Peter Solberg won the previous stage. But this ends his chances of repeating the feat. He manages to limp on with damaged front suspension. From looking so secure in 5th place, he's now just 10 seconds ahead of Freddie Loix.
Steering.
déplaque.
It's a real struggle to complete the stage. But familiarity does appear to help Martin. He won the stage on the first run-through and is more than a minute faster this time round. Duval's had the upper hand all day. It's been a drive of great promise after a tough 2003, and he's shown exactly why Ford rate him so highly. But on this stage, he's genuinely struggling to match Martin. Team orders won't be issued until after this stage, so it's a matter of Martin's blistering pace, not team politics. While up ahead, it already looks like a victory parade for Sebastian Loeb.
Confirmation that Martin has moved up to second, while Solberg will be looking anxiously behind him as he attempts to make it through the final stage. A rally finish is also the target for Gilles Panizzi.
So we're on to the last stage of the rally with less than 20 kilometres to go. Gilles Panizzi has had major problems controlling the Mitsubishi, but he manages to guide the car into the points. Its debut has been a real learning experience for the team. Rommel, the other new car, is having a good final day, setting another fastest time. He catches up with the struggling Solberg, whose damaged Subaru loses 3 minutes in the course of the stage. Martin's second thanks to that fantastic performance on the last stage. And as the team's management and drivers had agreed at the last service they'd maintain their positions from here onwards, that's what he aims to do. Second place should be in the bag.
23 right long, slippy maybe.
Or should it?
33 right.
Duval, following Martin, is getting the Estonian split times throughout the stage and has to adjust his speed accordingly. But he's actually going faster than his teammate. So where does that leave team orders? He's nearly at the finish now. And now he's slowing right down. Oh, now he's stalled, but he'll just about make it. Martin's second after all. That was close. But it's all plain sailing for Sebastian Loeb.
100 mètres, gauche 30 épingles.
He's led for most of the rally.
Droite à fond, sur attention, gauche 124 freins, pour droite 30 épingles.
And once again takes the season's first crown in the Principality.
I think I've done a very nice race, no problem, no mistake. Always driving fast when it was good condition, little bit carefully in the ice and everything, and perfect.
Loeb records a second consecutive Monte-Carlo victory, but the celebrations will be just as big in the Ford camp, with their drivers completing the podium positions on the leaderboard via Inmarsat. Further down, Gilles Panizzi passed the limping Solberg to give Mitsubishi 6th place on their return to the WRC. Loeb takes the early advantage in the Drivers' Championship, with Martin taking an extra 2 points after passing Duval for second place.
Sebastian, congratulations, 2 wins in 2 years and a great, great start to the season.
Yes, I'm very happy to start the season like this because it's, I think, important to start the season well, to be confident, and I'm very happy to start like this.
This weekend has been good. I mean, absolutely no problem with the car, and very, very good teamwork from everybody. So I really hope we can keep up the good work, everybody, and we're going to benefit even more in the future.
Francois, you must be very, very happy with the result of this rally for you.
Yes, I am very happy. No mistake. The car is perfect. It's finished third. It's very good for me. Second or third is very good from fourth. The first on the World Championships from the constructor.
So Ford take an early lead in the Manufacturers' Championship. All 5 teams that entered cars were amongst the points. Now for the season's first in Marseille Star of the Rally Award, and it goes to the 23-year-old Belgian Francois Duval. With a formidable and resilient display under extreme conditions, he equals his best ever WRC finish. In less than 2 weeks, we head north to Sweden for the only true snow rally of the season. One of the fastest events in the calendar. It's an arena where the best drivers in the world are at their most spectacular. In a city where money talks, the weekend's biggest winner here in Monte-Carlo is Sebastian Loeb. Join us again in Sweden, and in the meantime, check out WRC.com to keep right up to date with everything in the world of rally.